You are watching PR English Shorthand Dictations YouTube channel.
This is English Shorthand Dictation number 404 and the dictation speed is 120 words per minute. Ready? Start. Honorable members, I welcome you to this session which marks the halfway of my government. I hope this session will be productive and useful. The current year has been a difficult one for the world economy. Economic volatility has had an adverse impact across the globe. There is increased political instability in the international system, and the environment in which we operate has become more challenging over the last 1 year. Our economy grew at a handsome rate of 8% in 2010-11, but it has slowed down to about 7% this year. This remains a healthy growth amid current global trends. The long term fundamentals of the Indian economy remain robust. India's growth prospects arise from factors such as high domestic savings and investment rates and a stable democratic polity. My government is confident that it will soon steer the country back to the high growth trajectory of 8 to 9%. My government has remained committed to providing an honest and more efficient government and has taken several important steps towards that end. A formidable array of bills has been introduced in the Parliament for preventing corruption and enhancing transparency and accountability in governance. The government has taken action on various fronts to tackle the menace of black money. Efforts are underway to build political consensus on the goods and services tax, which will give a major boost to the economy by rationalizing indirect taxes and giving full input credit. We are taking many steps to contain the generation and outflow of illicit funds from the country and for opening channels for getting wider information on black money from other countries. Efficient and automated delivery of public services with minimum human intervention is one of the keys to reducing corruption. More than 97,000 common service centers have been established across the country for making public services available to citizens. To reach the millions of deprived people, my government has launched a unique Aadhaar scheme which would help improve service delivery, transparency, and accountability in social sector programs and lead to their financial inclusion. The year 2012-13 will mark the first year of the 12th five-year plan that sets the goal of faster and inclusive growth. The approach paper sets a target growth rate of 9% for the 12th plan period with a 4% growth for the agriculture sector. The objective of livelihood security is best achieved through a process of rapid and inclusive growth based on empowering the citizens of the country through education and skill development. Building on the platform provided by the right to education, integration of skill training with education at all levels is being emphasized. My government aims to provide skill training to 800 lakh people during the 12th plan. The government will set up 1,500 new industrial training institutes and 5,000 skill development centers under public private partnership at an estimated cost of 13,000 crore rupees. The Higher Education and Research Bill has been introduced in the Parliament. The teacher is at the core of the education system. My government intends to launch a national mission for teachers aimed at improving teacher education and faculty development. During the past 1 year, over 1 crore students belonging to scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, other backward classes, and minorities have been awarded scholarships. People need to be healthy if they have to learn, earn, and lead a productive life. Our National Rural Health Mission has started making a difference as reflected in the health indicators. Polio has been almost eradicated from the country. The World Health Organization has decided to take India off the list of countries with active poliovirus transmission. In spite of the increased investment in health sector over the last 7 years, public expenditure on healthcare continues to be low. To attain the goal of universal healthcare, my government would endeavor to increase both plan and non-plan public expenditure in the center and the states taken together to 3% of the GDP by the end of the 12th plan. Universal access to free generic essential medicines in public health institutions in a phased and time bound manner will be ensured. The National Rural Health Mission will be converted into a National Health Mission covering urban areas also in the course of the 12th plan. We will strengthen district hospitals to provide advanced level secondary care. My government is also working to end the shortage of human resources in health sector. Over the last 3 years, there has been a 26% increase in MBBS seats and 62% increase in postgraduate seats. It is expected that by the end of the 12th plan, around 7 crore families will be provided health insurance cover under this scheme. Malnutrition has been seriously impacting children, affecting their chances of gaining education and earning sustainable livelihood. My government will restructure and strengthen the integrated child development services during the 12th 5 year plan. My government is committed to the development of the vulnerable sections of society. In order to safeguard and promote the livelihoods of millions of street vendors, my government is working on a legislation. A separate Department of Disability Affairs is proposed to be set up for greater focus on addressing issues confronting persons with disabilities. The government is considering a new legislation for persons with disabilities to replace the existing act. My government is setting up a national council for senior citizens for this important segment of our population. Introduction of a scheme for my minimum support price for minor forest produce is being considered. My government will consolidate the gains of the Prime Minister's new 15-point program, which earmarks 15% of the targets and outlays of identified government schemes for minority communities. The outstanding loans to minority communities by public sector banks have increased to 15% of priority sector lending for the year 2011-12. My government will strive to reach the target of 15% during the year 2012-13. The agricultural sector has seen 7% growth during 2010-11, the highest growth rate recorded in recent times. The country witnessed a record production of 241 million tons of food grains during 2010-11. We have achieved record production of fruits and vegetables, pulses, oilseeds, and cotton.